Hello, guys. This is Mimi Duatitan of the Lily's Bakeries. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how I made this realistic onion cake. So, guys, first I carved out my 4-inch round cake. I carved it using my serrated knife, and here I'll be using the red velvet 4-inch cake. I carved it properly little by little until I got the perfect shape of an onion. So here I'm just taking my time. I'm carving it and imitating the shape of an onion. I kept an onion beside for reference. So I took my time step by step and gradually I'll carve this until I get the perfect shape. While I'm carving, I'm concentrating on the curves and the bottom. An onion has a sharp bottom, so I'll concentrate and get a sharp bottom. And then once the bottom is sharp enough, I'll proceed to smooth the top as well and make it very curvy to give me the perfect shape of an onion. So guys, I've arrived at this point. It's beginning to look like an onion. Here I'm doing the finishing touches just to carve it and get the right precision. I continue to get the carve to get a more defined body, and guys, it's properly carved. And now I'll begin to crumb coat. I'll use buttercream to crumb coat the cake, and once I'm done crumb coating, I'll proceed to roll my fondant. As you can see, I'll crumb coat here until the entire cake is covered. After crumb coating the top, I flipped it and then I proceeded to crumb coat the bottom. At this point, I'm making sure that the cake is well covered so that by the time I'm covering the fondant to the cake, it would not have rough edges. That is why you can see me taking my time to crumb coat the entire cake. So here I'll roll out this purple colored fondant. The fondant has already been colored purple. I'll roll it out until I get the desired size. And once I'm done rolling and it's perfectly and rolled smoothly, I'll proceed to cover it on the cake. I've rolled the fondant to the desired size, and here I'll carefully place it on the cake and then carefully wrap it around the cake like so, while I'm still smoothing it out at the same time. After it's properly covered on all the sides, I'll proceed to trim off the excess. After trimming off the excess, I'll use my smoother to smoothen out the cake. This will enable it to have a very smooth surface. I'll smooth it out until it becomes very smooth. After I'm done smoothing the cake, I'll proceed to mix some purple food coloring and paint over the cake to give me the realistic onion color. And that's what you can see me do here. I mix some food coloring with edible spirit, and then I'm painting over the cake like so. I'll paint over the cake until I get the right texture. I went in again with a deeper purple color as the first was light. I'll paint over the cake until it looks like an onion. At this stage, you can see that the onion color has started coming to life, and I'll paint it out until it becomes, until the color blends in like so. After painting the cake, I grabbed a piece of wafer paper and I painted edible purple color onto the wafer paper. And here we're going to use this wafer paper as the peels that are usually on the body of the onion. I'll gradually paint the wafer paper until I'm done painting its entire body. After I'm done painting its entire body, I'll use a steamer to steam the wafer paper so as it becomes flexible. And once it's flexible, we'll be able to cut it in parts. As you can see me here, that's the steamer. I'll steam it because the wafer paper doesn't usually come in a flexible form, but once you steam it, it becomes flexible. So I'll steam it here like so, and then I'll cut it in bits to place on our onion cake. So here you can see me cutting pieces of the wafer paper that has already been steamed. So I'll stick it to the cake like so. I'll repeat it until I'm done covering all the areas I wish to cover. After I'm done sticking the wafer paper sheets to the cake, I'll cut more wafer paper in tiny pieces like so and steam it like I'm doing here to get the flexible texture, and I'll use this tiny wafer papers as the onion roots. I'll proceed to paint it with some brown food coloring to make it look realistic as possible. And while after I'm done painting, I'll stick it to the onion to make it look exactly like an onion. So guys, if you're still watching this video, that's proof that you enjoyed. So please subscribe, like. I also want to know where you're watching from, and I would like to know what you would want me to make next. Which other realistic cake will you want me to make next? So just comment below and I'll make that which you mentioned. So guys, here I'm done sticking the wafer paper until it is fuller, and then I'll proceed to paint it with brown food coloring a little bit more so as it would look more realistic. And guys, our onion cake is ready. So guys, please remember to subscribe, like, and also share with your family and friends. So guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how realistic do you think this onion is? Please comment how realistic you think it is in the comment section. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.